Now in the owner's manual on the Forza 350, this is a 2022, there's a procedure you use to unlock the seat if the battery's gone flat. Because in order to unlock the seat, as all owners will know, you have to first turn this key round and then push the release the seat button. You have to turn it to that position and push the release seat button. I've left my one up just for the sake of it. But if you've left your bike standing in this mode for a long period of time, or you've been unfortunate enough to leave it in that mode, the battery goes flat really quickly. So let's assume you are one of these people and you want to get to use the emergency key, which goes in a little socket in here. In order to access that, you have to pull this panel off. I've got the key in my pocket at the moment. I'm just going to release the steering lock. You have to pull up from there, and on this side, same on this side, I brought the bike out in the sun so hopefully you can see it, but there's another slot here for pulling the panel up. It's identical to the one on this side, which hopefully you can see in the sunlight. Now the thing is, there's the bike, maybe it's in your garage with the steering lock like that. The battery's gone flat, and I'm going to mimic that by putting the key in the kitchen out of the way. Bear with me. There are the keys out of the way. So what I'm trying to do here is mimic a situation where the battery's gone flat and you need to release that or pull that cover off. Well, the steering lock's on. You cannot undo the steering lock. You can't undo the steering lock now once the battery has gone flat because the key won't communicate. So what do you do now? You look in the book and it tells you to pull this cover off. Now you can get to this side, but somehow or other you've got to find a way to get in there and pull this up. Let me tell you something, you've got a job on your hands now. The reason I'm doing this is because I wanted to practice what happens to me one day if I come out to the bike and I need to access under the seat, because under the seat is where you get to the battery hiding behind that cover at the end. If the seat's down, you can't access the battery, you can't do anything about your flat battery situation. And if you've left it locked like that, you can't even undo the steering lock. You've got a job on your hands now, haven't you? I'm sure you can see that. This is actually my major point. When the steering lock, which I can't undo now, not the one on this side, when I was pulling off the one on the left hand side of the bike, I discovered it's really sharp and hacked myself, dripping blood everywhere for a few moments after that. So watch out for that. Use a bit of tissue or something in the gaps so that when you're pulling on it for all you're worth, and I really had to pull on the one on mine to get it to pop free. And as the one on the left did pop free, it also gashed me into the process. My own fault. I could have put something between my finger and the plastic. So I blame myself for that, nobody else. So anyway, there's a little warning for you. Once you get that cover off, using the key in the little socket that it's intended for is simple enough. There are other videos on YouTube here that show you how to do that. I'm not going to bother with that. The sole purpose of this video is to warn you about the situation you can get yourself trapped in, and how potentially you can go ahead and cut yourself if you're a bit gung-ho like I was, a little bit thoughtless. Anyway, there you go. Something worth thinking about.